Hello everyone, welcome to a kind of a combination vid. There's a little bit of a vlog and a little bit of a haul vid. It was my birthday on Friday, so as you can imagine I've got some bits and bobs. Now, starting off with non-transforming bits that you might kind of sort of get a bit more of an idea about my personality with, if you can hear me over the rain which is chucking down. I've got a few DVDs, obviously the obligatory, everyone's got only Avengers because it's a really good film, Johnny English, which is just fun, and Real Steel, which of course is large robots beating the hell out of each other. So again, you know, it's our kind of thing. Those aside, I can put them down there. I did get some Transformery type bits for my birthday. Now, before I actually get onto the toys, what I would like to show you is, first of all, if that will show up on camera, it's my birthday cake that my fiance did for me, with what I've got a Decepticon logo on it, and she used little silver balls. Now I just thought it was decoration, but I was forgetting she's watched the films with me, and she said, oh, that's to represent the little silver balls what turned into robots in Revenge of the Fallen, what Ravage dropped down the pipe, which was very good of her to remember, so, you know, fair enough. And I've got another picture of the cake my niece made for me, which is there, and I'll show you. And she's quite a dab hand with her baking and decorating, so as you can see, she's done me a G1 Optimus Prime cake, which is very nice, and it tasted nice as well. Well, so did my fiance's, I should say. So that was that little bit, but of course, as people know, I am a bit of a fan of Transformers. Don't quite know where they get that from, but well, what did I get? Well, from my fiance, although it's just the empty box, I will show you what was in it. She got me the Cyberverse Battle in the Moonlight. The box is a little bit tatty, it's just because I've transported it home. But a really nice little set, and I know Wasp Shop Ben has ordered this set, so I can say to you, Ben, if you haven't got it yet, it is a good set. You get a little, I'm just trying to remind myself of the name, little Decepticon crankcase, which I do have in the normal black version. I think it's the same bot, but this is like a different exclusive sort of grey version of him. A Ratchet in more of the sort of like emergency sort of colours, different colours, more like his original green sort of colours, but a completely different transformation. I will do a review on these guys because I'm so used to the other Cyberverse Ratchet that this guy is totally different and a much better figure for it. And of course you do get in the set, which is lovely and really, again, one of the main points of getting the set, the Cyberverse more commander size figure, Optimus Prime, but with a weapon trailer, and that's lovely. It's nice in vehicle mode. The base and sort of weapon mode's a bit iffy, but I really got it for the trailer version because it's just great to have a Cyberverse trailered Optimus Prime. But the Optimus figure's not bad as well. Anyway, that was the first thing. Next thing I got for my birthday was Deluxe Dark of the Moon RC, which is the slightly translucent pink version with the Cybertronian writing on. I know not everybody's favourite sort of Transformers, the bike ones are a little bit of an unusual bot, but yeah, really nice, good bike mode, certainly, and that mode is lovely. And I quite like the robot modes actually. I'm trying to pick up the Cyberverse ones, what came out, I think more in a set that was never released, but they did release some of the Cyberverse versions of RC and Chromia and I think Elita 1. I think they did release them in a different set as well. I've seen them somewhere. I would like to get Cyberverse versions of them because I just think they look quite nice as little figures. But yeah, really pleased with that. Really nice little, well, not little, deluxe size figure. And actually very tall as a deluxe size figure, a lot taller than a lot of the other bots. Right, what next? Well, actually on my birthday I also got and this was for my nephew. Now this is a little bit weird because this is kind of going full circle. Now when my nephew was little, I introduced him to Star Wars and Transformers from the old era, and of course it all came back during his youth because he's now about 22, and I think I've created a monster because now he's started recollecting Transformers and he's brought most of the movie line, original line up from the first film, and he's buying other ones. Oh, he's getting, I don't know, I think I've created a monster. And he had actually brought a sort of set of bots, you know, a collection off of, I think it was off of eBay, and he was just sort of showing me some bits he'd got, and I was mucking around transforming some robots at his house when I called in. And the weird thing was, now it's his nephew and my great nephew was there. Now he's getting into him because of my nephew, and it's just following down the line of the sort of weirdness. It's just strange to see the next generation in your own family going into the same thing you were doing when you grew up. Except I haven't grown up because I'm still buying them. Yeah, anyway, enough about me. But yeah, he brought a lot of Transformers, and he actually gave me one from the lot where he was showing me them because he's got two, and I've been trying to finish and complete my one for ages, and it's not anything special in so much of a rare bot or anything, but he gave me Blur from, I think it's either Armada or Energon. And I've already got the Minicon. I've sort of like nearly completed the actual bot, but I was missing a leg for him. I picked him up at a boot fair, but he'd given me it, and it's complete with its missiles and missile launchers. And of course, I've got the Minicon. He did have the Minicon, but I said, no, don't worry, I've already got that. So I've got a complete Blur now. So that is fantastic. And what a nice thing. How weird though that I used to buy him bots when he was younger. So yeah. Kind of strange, but we're going to have a little meet up on Wednesday and go through his bits, and I've got a couple of odd bits and bobs which he needs to finish off a couple of bots as well, so I'm going to sort of help him out with that, so kind of a swap. But anyway, that was pretty much mainly my birthday haul. The only thing is his mum, and well, from their sort of whole little family as such, and my sisters, whole family, like my other nephews and nieces that she's had, they all stumped up and got me a picture. Now I'm going to have a job getting this on camera all in one go, but they got me a great big canvas print of Optimus Prime from Dark of the Moon. Really nice print. It's probably not coming out too great on camera because I can't get it all in, but yeah, really nice. And that's obviously for when I move for my man cave as such, where all my collection's going to be. Yeah, really nice. I'm quite chuffed with that as well. And then of course I did my usual, because that was on the Friday. I obviously had the weekend, so it was a nice weekend. So I went out boot fairing, or boot sailing, if Dave wants me to say that for him again. And I did pick up a few bits. Now, started with the smallest of the bots. I got Blackout in really nice condition, so really pleased with that one, in the Cyberverse size. So another great one to pick up. I also got, in the same lot as him actually, trying to find which ones, I got a Snarl figure, which again is really nice, and not complete, but yeah, in good nick, so I'm quite happy with that one. I also got, although I've actually got one of these, but in a bit tatty condition, so this one's more complete and in better nick generally, so that's good. I've got a Star Wars Mace Windu, and he's got his lightsaber, though they usually come with two because they're also the missiles, but one's fine. So Mace Windu, Jedi Starfighter, so I'm quite pleased with that. I also picked up from the same person. I'm trying to look. There's some other bits, but they're not Transformer related, so I'll come to them in a minute. I did pick up at the same time an animated figure, which I believe is Jazz. I thought at first it's Prowl, but then going by the colour scheme on his chest, and I haven't looked him up yet, I'm thinking that's Jazz. But it's a great little figure. There's a couple of little marks on him which I've got to clean off, but yeah, great little car mode. Not a bad little figure, to be honest. Yeah, I'd almost sort of say recommend picking that up if you like the animated line. It's a good one, that one. And getting to the biggest bit I found at the boot fair was the, well, I don't know if you call it night battle or night force or something like that, but it's the leader class Optimus Prime, so he's got his sounds in it. Not bad. He's still got his smokestacks, which is a bit of a rarity. You usually see them snapped off. The only bit he's missing is these two usual covers on the top and one of the hand covers on the back, but you often see these in a bit naff condition, so you never know, I might be able to pick up the spare parts. Now for the leader class Prime, he was £1. The Jazz, animated Jazz, I think it was 50p. And for the other bits, the Blackout, the Jedi fighter, and the Snarl figure, and what I'm about to show you, they were £2, I believe that was. Which was the other two bits I picked up in the same lot from the same person. It was actually kind of a link with a Jedi fighter because it was some Star Wars figures, and I actually picked up, and I think it's from the, oh, what's the line? I'll look at the Clone Wars cartoon line, I believe this one's based from. One of the little astromech droids. It's really good because it's got lots of little appendages which pop out, like the periscope and a couple of little claws and that come out from the front. So a really nice little figure in itself, that one. I just thought it's quite cute. I'll pick him up. And then something I'd seen in the shops, but I am denied about getting it because it was about £8, and I thought, I don't really need it. But I picked up a little R2-D2. What makes quite a few little noises, and he's got a little LED which lights up at the same time. Doesn't really do a lot else apart from those sort of things, but really nice, really great little figure. Would have loved that when I was a kid. That would have been much better than the original R2 we had, but yeah, I mean, rather than £8, 50p for each of them, that's not bad, is it, really? There was actually some other Clone Wars figures and some other Star Wars bits which I saw, but if I start collecting everything I used to get when I was younger, I'll end up sort of killed under an avalanche of toys at some point. Now, the last thing I picked up at the boot fair, which I was chuffed about, I picked up, brand new in its box, a MechTech drag strip, which is from the, what's it called? Human Alliance. Let's look at the packet. Human Alliance figure. Now, pretty good little figure. It was brand new, like I say, all packaged up from new. And for the life of me, I can't see his little man anywhere, but I know I've got it somewhere. He's got a little driver what goes in him, but that's the actual figure. Pretty good figure as well. Click-on sort of blade weapons and that. So again, quite nice car mode. I will do a review on that at some point. Once I've tracked down where his little man's gone. But yeah, not bad for £2. Brand new in its package. So again, really pleased with that. Now that was pretty much my birthday haul. Now what I did get in the week beforehand, and sort of, well, I haven't been able to do a film since I actually picked them up, and it's kind of a cautionary tale. Now if you remember from one of my other haul vids, I got the crossover Millennium Falcon. Now it's a great vehicle mode, fantastic sort of, you know, two bots which make one vehicle, obviously being Han Solo and Chewbacca, and really liked it. Now I took it up to actually show my brother-in-law and sister-in-law to be when we popped up to see them last weekend, and I was transforming it. Now bearing in mind I got that brand new packaged from a boot fair. Now I've transformed it probably about 4 or 5 times at most, and I'm afraid to say that even after since the 80s, Hasbro have done the usual thing and used gold plastic, and it is prone to snapping that soon after you've transformed it only a few times. Now I was lucky because I popped into a shop a few weeks ago and they had a spare Chewbacca. Now it's not complete, but so I've actually got it in his robot form. Now I can actually show you the bits because I've actually picked this up because I'm leaving the Millennium Falcon in its transformed mode, in its vehicle mode, and I'm going to keep this guy just as a robot mode, so I haven't got to bother moving them around. Now Chewbacca is out, the only one out of the 2 of them which has got gold plastic on, so the only one with the problem. And the problem is these arm joints. Now if I show you it correctly, even this one has got the beginnings of the problem. Now if I can find it, I'll show you it. And it's only a hairline crack, but it is where they crack. Right, for the life of me I can't actually see it on this guy, and you do have to watch it because it is that fine when it starts. But it is these arm parts inside there where the gold plastic is. I can't for the life of me show you it on camera at the minute, but it's all to do with, if you look on the back of the arm there, you see the screw hole in the gold part, and that's a weak point, and it fractures from there up to the joint where it joins the shoulder part, and yeah, just snaps off. So with that in mind, and the fact that his hip joints are made with the same gold plastic on these parts, I would be very wary. And although I would recommend picking it up as a figure as such, I wouldn't suggest playing with it very much, even to the case where if you did pick it up, if you pick 2 up, 1 to play with, and if it falls to bits, it falls to bits, but 1 to keep packaged and effectively try and keep it complete. Yeah, I'd still suggest getting it, but for God's sake be careful with it, because you haven't even got the option of trying to replace those parts with something else. They're a one-off really with the figure, so that's a real pain. But when I was in there, the shop where I picked that guy up from, I also picked up a Revenge of the Fallen Rampage. Now he's missing 1 little bit. I mean, the shop in question, I mean, these 2 bits were £1, so I mean, it doesn't matter. They deal in second-hand toys and stuff, so it's a good little local place that I've sort of started going in with, and it's the one I said before where I've left my name and number, the place where I got the Action Force figure from. Really good little figure, quite unusual. I'll do a review on him, but until I can find that missing bit, I'm hoping I'll pick that up from the boot fair and I'll be able to just fix this guy up, because other than that he's complete and in good nick, so quite pleased with that as well. But yeah, that's the end of the haul, and I suppose the end of sort of like a little bit of the vlog. That was the main sort of piece I wanted to talk about, so much as a warning really to any of the other collectors out there. Why they still do gold plastic with the same problem, I don't know, but as anyone from the old days knows, it came in G2 with figures like Sky Stalker and the G2 aerial bots. I think it was Slingshot was the gold version. You just see them in bits, and the laser bots as well, laser rods, one of them is gold. You always see it in bits, but it does beg the question, after getting on for 30 years, you know, you'd think they'd have solved this sort of problem if they were making stuff out of gold plastic. I don't know, but yeah, that's the main bit I was going to talk about. The other bit is I am umming and ahhing whether or not to get this reissue Fort Max, which is coming out. I know you can pre-order it, and I must admit it's a tempting thought to get a brand new Fort Max for about 300 quid. It is tempting. I've even had sort of like the nod, if I do want to get it, I can pre-order it from my other half. But do I warrant £300 on one? Well, I know it's a big figure, but on one figure, I will have to think about that one and possibly get back to you all in another vid whether or not I've actually plumped through it or not. But anyway, that's my little video. Hope the sound of the rain hasn't been drowning me out too much. Just like to say thanks everyone for watching, and also thank Wolfgang for his birthday message as well. I do appreciate that. And that's about it. So I shall see you again for another haul vid, and thanks for watching. See you again.